2, 1.
Boom, and welcome to the Big Honker Podcast, brought to you by Goose Creek Retrievers. I'm Jeff Stanfield with world-famous Andy Shaver.
No problem, too big or too small with Mr. Matt Peel. If you got a puppy that you need getting the house training, broken shit, all that bad stuff, send him on up to Matt Peel. He'll take care of you. He'll do you right.
And with us today online,
This is a treat.
The stud from Grant, Nebraska, Mr. Blake Poppe. How are you doing, Blakey?
I'm doing wonderful. We got picture in last night. It's a beautiful, beautiful day in West Nebraska.
I was told today that John Deere is fixing to go on strike. Have you heard that?
For what?
Because the COVID vaccine, that their employees don't want to get the vaccine, so they're going to go on strike.
I don't blame them.
Well, I don't either. Had you heard that, though?
I have not heard that.
That will cause a ripple in the farming community.
Yeah, probably will, but who cares? If John Deere wants to bring a combine out, ask $500,000 for it, they can suck my fart.
Sucking my fart. Trying to get a good picture of you up here, and it's not letting me.
That's because there are no good pictures of Blake.
That's true.
Blake is prettier on the inside than on the outside, Andy. How's the dating life? Are we engaged yet?
No, not engaged. I think we're probably going to get engaged in a second.
You're going to get engaged in Texas.
The second.
2nd of October?
No, the second she makes me.
Oh, the second she makes you. Then you're into it.
Yeah.
So is she really pushing to be married to Blake Poppe now?
She told me that we need to be engaged by April.
Well, it looks like March 30th. You got some work to do then.
Yeah, I'm like, fuck, that's right during plant corn season, number one. And then we got wheat harvest, and then we got elk season, and then we have corn harvest. So when do you think I'm going to have time to plan a fucking wedding?
Well, I thought she just wanted to get engaged. Engaged does not mean you have to be wed. So she wants to be married by April, or she wants to be engaged by April?
I think engaged she'll be fine with.
You think?
Yeah, we're all about meeting the lowest requirements here at Puppy Farms.
and if, that's quite a commitment.
What, getting engaged?
Yeah, because if you get engaged,
Well,
you got to
yeah.
get married. That's the second part of that. See, I was not privy to this information when I got engaged to Jesse.
When you got engaged?
Yeah, I got engaged, and I thought we were good.
How long did you wait before you got married?
So we got engaged Christmas Eve, and we were married in the following October. But so here's the kicker of the whole thing. We were engaged Christmas Eve. I thought we were good for another couple years. She started planning the wedding on the 26th. So my plan did not go the way I thought it was going to go.
Hey,
Well, see, you were hunting. What the fuck was Jesse thinking?
Yeah, exactly.
This is what I was thinking. We went with Andy to get the ring. Matter of fact, I think Zach picked it out, didn't he?
No, I picked it out.
But anyways,
Zach's pretty good at it. Picking out rings.
so we went and did it. So I knew he was fixing to ask her. So Andy asked her to marry him, and I thought, we won't hear much about this. Somehow, on Christmas Day, she ended up buying 15 bridesmaid magazines. I don't know where the hell she found them at, but she showed back up at our house like Christmas night with all these brides magazines. I was like, fuck, she knew this shit was coming down the pipe, I guess.
Yeah, no shit.
And where
He had them all stored away.
I was like, what the hell? I didn't realize also sold bride magazines.
Mm-hmm. It gets real in a hurry. So, in actuality, this our time with you is running short. The days of Blake coming down to Stanfield Hunting Outfitters are becoming more and more rare.
Well, I'm thinking I'm good for the next 20 years. We'll be all right.
Yeah.
Next 20 years. Here's what's going to happen. You're going to get to come down next year. Then you're going to be married, and you may get to come down 1 year after you're married. Then you'll start having kids, then you won't get to come down no more.
Let's hope that doesn't happen.
You don't want to have kids for a while?
Well, I think we'll have kids, so she can take care of them. That's why they have daycare and shit.
Yeah, there's no problem. It's called becoming attached as a dad.
Yeah, I understand.
You're a good dad to your little brother. You'll be a real good dad to little Jeffrey. So
well, I'm hoping.
You what? Did we lose you, Blake? Hello.
Uh-oh.
And then I'm just there to take care of this.
You cut out for a little bit. Ever since I said little Jeffrey, you cut out.
Oh, I said I'm hoping when we have kids, they just pop out as teenagers and they just kind of take care of themselves.
No, you don't,
No.
because listen to me. If they popped out as anything past about a 6-year-old, you'd want to strangle the little fucker, and you'd never grow attached, and they would never make it to being a teenager.
You can tell Reese is starting to give Andy's starting to have some troubles with old Reese boy. Reese boy's smarter than his parents now.
Not necessarily, but listen, you need that baby 2 to 3 to 4-year-old to get attached to them so that you'll put up with their shit for the next coming years.
Is Reese not smarter than you now?
He tries to be.
Does he argue about everything?
He does do that.
I made a deal with Reese Blake. I told Reese, I said, listen, every time you say yes, ma'am, or no, ma'am, or yes, sir, or no, sir, when your parents tell you something, without any argument, I'll give you $1. So the other day, he came in, he said, you owe me $11. I said, okay. So I gave him $11. We're sitting there at dinner, and Jesse tells him something, and he argues. I said, go give me $1 back, bud. Because he's got his own mind now, but he does. He's just that typical little boy that he questions anything they say.
That was 10 days ago, and he's not collected another dime.
No.
No.
At first, I told him I'd give him $100 for something. I don't even remember what it was, but it was not even attainable. And but he's just at that age now where he's smarter than Jesse and Andy. And it's going to be that way till he's 27.
Yep.
So, Blake, I got to know.
True.
You recently went elk hunting for the first time.
Yep.
What was that like? Was it easier than you expected? You actually, y'all brought home meat. What did it go according to plan? Was it easier than expected? Was it harder? Give me the rundown, Blake.
The hunting aspect of it was pretty much exactly as I expected. You know, you take your blessings, and when you have an encounter with an elk, you realize how special it is to even be able to be within 100 yards of one. But the walking aspect of it, up and down the mountain, was honestly easier than I could have ever imagined.
Oh.
So, given we were on private ground, so we didn't have to walk up the mountain, we drove a mule up the mountain, then walked around the mountain.
Mm-hmm.
But that was probably one of the coolest experiences I've ever got, was being able to hunt in the mountains there for 4 days. So
were they bugling and shit?
They were actually fairly quiet as far as bugling. We'd be at the cabin, which was right in the middle where we were hunting. We'd be in the cabin, and right at dark you just hear them bugling all over. But as soon as the sun came up, they were pretty quiet. The first night, so that elk my brother shot, the first night we got there about Friday at noon, and we got dressed and went out right away, and we started walking the mountain. And towards dark, I flung an arrow at that, what we think that bull that Alex got was the one I shot at the night before. And that was actually really, really awesome, other than I missed. He was further than I thought he was.
Because it was getting dark, you couldn't gauge it, or what?
Yeah, I threw my rangefinder on 3 different times, and I got a different reading each time, so I just kind of flung one to see what happens, and I probably shouldn't have done that, but I did. Just glad I didn't hit it.
What would you have done if you'd have shot it in the ass?
No, exactly. I would have felt like an asshole. I probably would have got kicked off the mountain. Like, listen, if you're going to shoot elk in the ass, just fucking you're done.
Now, how many acres did y'all hunt on? This a private place?
There was one patch of 760, and there was just a little patch of 80 that the cabin sat on. But then there was a bunch of BLM landlocked ground. that bordered his property, so we could hunt that too. The BLM, obviously the Bureau of Land Management, not Black Lives Matter.
I was about to say, when did Black Lives Matter start buying up land in Colorado?
Buying grants. No, it's Bureau of Land Management. They it's landlocked, so like as a public access, you can't get to it because you can't cross, private ground to get to it.
Mm-hmm.
So that was, I don't know how many acres. It was a pretty big patch of BLM next to it, but I don't remember what it was. So.
Did you see a lot of elk?
No, did not see a lot of elk. We saw the one Friday night, and then we didn't get one called in the rest of the trip for me. So I shot at that one Friday night, and then Alex shot his Saturday night out of a tree stand.
How far did his run? Or did it at all?
So he shot it at 41 yards from the tree stand, and we found his elk 600 yards from the tree stand.
Holy shit!
No, he shouldered it, and there was actually a print. It was actually worked out pretty cool that there was a border property line fence that the blood trail went right to the fence, and then it just followed the fence. Like that elk was too weak to jump the fence, so that really narrowed our search from 180 degrees search to about 90 degrees because we knew he didn't jump that fence.
Right.
And
and when you see this elk laying down, I'm assuming it was dead by the time you got to it.
Yep.
Were y'all shitting y'all's pants whenever you finally come across and you just see antlers going everywhere?
Yeah. I was. So we lost blood at about 400 yards away, 300 yards away from the tree stand. So my buddy just said, let's all spread out and grid search, just see if we can walk by it. And there was 5 of us. We stretched out across there and started walking. And actually, Alex, he whistled. And we were trying to be quiet, but fuck no way. He whistled. He's like, I found it. He's dead. So we walked up there, and we were like, holy fuck. I mean, they are fucking huge. And so we started, Alex was going to shoulder mount it. So we started caping it out and quartered it out, and they cut the first leg off, back hind quarter, and we threw it in a game bag, and I'm like, fuck, I'll just throw this over my shoulder and take it to the side-by-side. Fuck, Jesus Christ. That goddamn thing was a heavy motherfucker. And then we threw hind quarter, or another hind quarter and a front leg in a bag, and Stoner took it. He carried 2. I'm pretty sure he stayed at the meal for a while. He didn't come back for a half hour, but
he was spent.
But then we threw the head and the antlers on Alex, and it took 2 of us to get it up on his back.
So it's not as easy as Cam Haynes makes it seem on Instagram, where they just pop it up and away we go.
I know that. I mean, sometimes I like to think I'm a pretty fine specimen of a man, but I'm just your average fat boy. It was a little harder. Like I couldn't imagine hunting public land having to carry it out 2 miles. It'd take me a week.
Without the side by side?
Yeah, it would take me a week. We only had to carry it 100 yards.
Now, I guess that's why Cam Haynes fucking works out like he does. I know that's why he works out like he does. That probably
makes sense. Yeah.
Because I think he does. Yeah. He's packing his out.
Yeah.
So where were y'all at from, like, where you live at? How far away?
We were 4.5 hours away from us.
Did you know
the guy that his dad owns the ground, he snugger hunts with us every year.
Okay, so you had a pretty good deal.
He's a couple years older than me. Yeah, it was pretty cool. We got to go in there, stay in a cabin. We got to see a bunch of moose. That was really cool. We were walking, and a black bear kind of stopped on the trail. We were walking, and we were like, the guy, my buddy that owns the ground, he was like, oh, there's a black bear. And I started shitting my pants, I'm a flatlander from Nebraska. Like, it's a fucking bear, And he goes, black bears are pussies. I'm like, I'm a pussy.
See, I think just like you do. I'm just like you. They're all fucking man-eating grizzlies.
Yeah, you know.
So you saw a bunch of moose. Could you shoot moose up there? Could you not get a tag for that?
No, even for residents in that area or in that unit, even for residents, it's a lifetime tag to shoot a moose.
Well, that's a hell of a. And y'all saw more than one?
Oh yeah, we've probably seen 3 different bull moose, and then the last morning we hunted, we were driving back up to the cabin. There was a cow, a calf, and a bull just walking down the road to the cabin.
That's a good eating animal too. That's a big animal also. That makes that elk. That thing's twice as big as that elk.
Yeah, and they're stupid as hell too. I know Alex on one of his sits, I think Friday night on his sit, he was seeing antlers coming through the woods, and he's like, "Oh, bull elk." Then the fucking out pops some moose at like 30 yards. And they tried to scare him away, and they stood up, waved their arms and shit, and that moose just looked at him like, "What the fuck are you guys doing?"
Yeah, fuck you. I have shit bigger than you.
How high was the elevation y'all were at?
9,500 was kind of average. We had some higher than that, some lots lower.
That's about 10,000 foot then.
Yep.
Little cold at night?
Yeah, real cold. You know, we'd wake up one morning, it was 21 degrees, 20 degrees.
And now what's temperature in Grant right now?
I think we have a high of 65 today.
Was there snow? Was there snow on the mountains up there anywhere?
Yeah, and the higher elevation was the Monday of the week before we headed. They had like 5 or 6 inches of snow up in the mountains. So
that's crazy. Now you did this smart. You bought your tags. What, 6 months in advance?
Yep.
Because you knew if you waited to buy them last minute, you'd be like, fuck this, I'm too busy.
Yep. That's exactly what I did.
And that's smart, because I'm the same way. If I book things in advance, I got a little bit of incentive to go. But if I wait until the last minute and be like, I'll just get it right before I leave, I'll find some reason not to go.
So you wouldn't be going to St. Lucia if you waited till this week to book it?
No. Even with the planning, I still might not go.
Because you would just start thinking about what you got to do and what you need done.
Oh my God. Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
If it wasn't for Jesse Andy, they wouldn't be going to St. Lucia.
I wouldn't go anywhere.
Right. I wouldn't go anywhere.
I wouldn't go anywhere. The amount of work that I've put in so that I can go next week it's stupid.
Right.
Because we're doing 2 weeks worth of podcasts, and it's a nightmare. All for you ungrateful fucking listeners is what it is, Jeff.
Yep.
But so anyway, it'll be nice whenever we get there, but it has not been fun the week prior. Have you got to have any of this elk meat yet? Have y'all cooked any?
No, we just took it to our processing plant in town. He's going to take care of it for us. So
you bringing some elk to Texas, aren't you?
Yeah, we'll bring some down.
Did I tell you?
I'll cook it on the tray.
Did you hear about Andy's latest faux pas?
No.
Listen to this. We've got some ladies that work here, and one of them is swapping rent out with her landlord. And Andy freaking asked her about it in front of everybody.
Oh, no.
Blake.
Yeah.
Wait
that's exactly right, Blake. You should have seen I bet my look on my face was like, what the fuck are you doing? I had to leave the room. But before I did, I saw her face, and she's like, I'm going to kill someone. And Andy's like, oh, shit.
Blake,
oh, shit.
Blake, this is not my fault.
What?
Everybody keeps trying to pin this on me. This is not my fault.
Well, whose is it?
If you say things around the common area in front of half a dozen people, you cannot be shocked whenever it gets back to the person that you're talking about.
Well, most people wouldn't ask that person.
This is not my fault. I thought it was common knowledge. I thought that this was some good-natured, down-home, good fun, all in good fun, workplace hazing was all I thought it was. This is not my fault.
Yeah.
It's still your fault, but I understand what you're saying.
Well, Blake, whose side are you on here? This is not me. This one's not on me. This is 70-30 somebody else.
Yeah.
Yeah, Blake, we know how that goes with Andy.
Yeah.
And
the best part was him coming in my office 15 minutes later and says, "No, Jeff, we don't need to dwell about things in the past around here,
Jeff,
do we?
Let bygones be bygones." Stuff happens. But listen, I mean, do you not understand why I would think that, hey, you're saying this in front of all these people? Like, I guess this is not a big secret to anybody.
I can't believe you would call somebody out for doing that.
I'm not calling.
Right.
That's the thing. It is. Yeah, you did call them out. You said,
not,
"What's this about you swapping out rent?"
That's not calling them out.
What do you call it?
That's good. That's good journalism. That's getting to the bottom of an investigation.
Why would you do that?
Why? To find out if it's true or not.
Why?
I thought the person was lying. To be honest with you.
So if Blake is sleeping with a lady that works at the feed store in Grant, Nebraska,
Blake is swapping out his rent. You're not paying any rent, are you? It's all in Peter, right?
No, I'm paying rent.
Oh well, you got a shitty deal.
I do.
Have y'all gotten y'all's own place yet? Like away? Are y'all still in the same
Like
place?
away? What do you
Are you living in? Are you still living in Emily's apartment, or did y'all get y'all's own place yet?
It's a house, but yeah, we're living together in the house.
Is Stoner still a roommate?
Oh yeah, Stoner's still living upstairs. So.
Now,
Now, when y'all get married, is Stoner going to live with y'all?
He might. Yeah, I think he might just live with us for the rest of his life.
see there? Hey, you wanted kids. You got a 28-year-old.
Yeah.
Right.
That doesn't talk
Easy.
back. That cleans up after
Doesn't
himself.
talk. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And does some work on the farm. So.
Does some work on the farm.
So see there, you're ahead of here. You're ahead here.
I'm already winning.
So you're going to have to take. Oh, we can't talk about that. Never mind.
Have you seen any speckle bellies migrating through?
Not yet, surprisingly.
We got specks here right now.
No shit.
Yep, they're saying Blake.
Fuck them.
They're ready for you.
When are you?
I'm not ready for them.
Blake, when are you going to be here?
December 1st.
December 1st. I can write that down for sure.
Yep. I might be earlier if I get all my shit done, but I'll be there for sure by December 1st.
Okay.
What are the odds of
you need to be here on the 28th because all the podcast guys are going to be here the 29th, 30th, and December 1st. So you need to plan on being here Sunday the 28th.
Who are all the podcast guys?
All the boys from Wisconsin that you love so much. Is one of them.
Oh, fuck. No. I'll be there the 1st. How about them Badgers? They got a fucking shitty record.
Hey, didn't they beat Penn State?
No, Penn State beat them.
I know. I'm just kidding with you. I know that for sure.
So Fox,
Penn State, fucking Nebraska's got a better fucking record than Wisconsin.
You know what? I found myself rooting for y'all against Oklahoma just because of you.
I see.
I was.
I appreciate that.
And then I caught myself rooting for West Virginia against Oklahoma also. So I think I don't like the Sooners is what the problem is.
That's the real problem.
Yeah, I think so.
Uh-huh.
when are you going to allow Stoner to come down here?
Oh, when November 10th or something.
Yeah, that's when I need him here by.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah.
So what do you have to stay back for, to like clean all the equipment, or will you still be harvesting, but it's a manageable amount?
No.
For Emily.
No, we'll be done, and I want to get the shit put in the shops and put away, and I'm going to pick up some more ground next year, so I got to get finances in order. So
that way when you come down here, you got nothing on your plate.
I don't have to worry about nothing.
How's Robert doing?
Good. Busier than fuck.
Still making you laugh?
Oh, yeah.
Every day.
Yep. So the other day he goes, well, how'd the elk hunting go? I was like, well, Alex got one, but I didn't. He goes, oh, well, what the fuck did you do wrong? It was funny.
I think about him and that fucking Facebook and that snake all the time.
How far that Facebook go?
Yeah. D.D. Christ.
Good fucking dude.
Would y'all have had enough room if y'all would have both shot an elk?
No, fuck no. If we both If I would have shot one too, there's no fucking way we could have. I would have had to buy another fucking $300 worth of coolers and probably a topper for my pickup.
Now, did Stoner hunt also?
Nope, Stoner just went along to hang out.
He was a scouter. He was a spotter.
Yeah, so my friend and I and Stoner hunted together, and then Alex and another friend of ours hunted together. So we kind of hunted two groups across the mountain.
Now, what happened on the? Y'all went and shot some speed goats, didn't y'all?
We attempted.
They're not as easy to hunt as it looks like they would be, are they?
I don't know. Like on our way up to go elk hunting, we saw them all over. Like fucking, I think you could have easily killed one. But like where we were hunting, there was only like 5 antelope in the pasture. So, we didn't really try to kill one that hard.
Well, they're smart as shit. Or not smart. They don't like to.
They can see like a motherfucker.
Right. Basically, You got to set up a bow blind by a water hole, don't you?
Yep, and that's what we did, and we set a trail cam up, so whenever he'd come, we'd kind of get an idea when he's showing up to the water hole, but he was so sporadic, he really never really hunted him.
Do you have antelope around your house?
No. You got to go, not very far south of me and not very far north of me to hunt them.
But y'all just don't have them right there. What about are you seeing any elk around you? I saw somebody shot a big-ass bull in Nebraska the other day somewhere.
Yeah, so elk season just opened up for the few that get to hunt them here. Yeah, there's the thing with Nebraska bulls is they're all fucking huge because they haven't been, there's barely any tags. So if you shoot a Nebraska bull, it's going to be a nice fucking bull. But there was a big 400-inch bull killed, just 15 miles east of my farm. So
east of you?
Yep.
Damn.
Just out in the cornfield. A few trees, but.
That might have been the one I saw because I think Alex had it on Facebook or something. It was a big sucker.
Yeah. Yep.
Hey Blake, before we let you go here, what's it going to take for me to get Derrick Henry off of you?
Quite a bit, I'd say. Oh fuck! I don't even know who you got.
I don't really have anybody.
I've got a Roethlisberger.
I've got a really good kicker. Now I do see, Blake. I do see that you only have one quarterback. I got a couple.
Okay.
I could give you 2.
Well,
and a kicker.
Tell you what, I'll give you Derrick Henry if you give me a quarterback and $2,000.
Okay. Well, you can keep Derrick Henry. But it was nice talking to you. So you and Blake, you and Stoner have a awfully similar team. Was there any were y'all did you have your 2 heads together on draft night or what?
Well, we were just bouncing ideas off each other, and we were kind of talking about what to pick next and who we're going to take so we didn't fuck each other. So it worked out better for him because he sure has scored a hell of a lot more points than me.
Stoner is living and dying by the big game right now.
Yep.
But you both have one quarterback. You've got Justin Fields, and he's got Trey Lance. So you both took rookie quarterbacks.
I saw today where Trey Lance, they said, probably will not start a game this year unless Garoppolo gets hurt.
Really?
Yep.
That's good news for me. That's good news for me. Real quick before we let you go, when's your goose season start?
Last weekend in October.
So you got another month about?
Yep.
All right.
Well, Blake, I'm ready to see you.
It'll be fun.
I miss you. Can't wait to see you again.
Hey, try not to fucking fuck up.
We'll try not to. You're not even gonna recognize Jeff whenever you get here.
I didn't think.
He's lost too much weight. He's almost looked sick.
Oh.
I don't do that, so I don't look sick.
Oh.
Well,
okay.
We love you, buddy, and get all your shit out so that you can come down and have a good time with us because we miss you.
Hell yeah, my dude.
All right, buddy.
Sounds good.
Talk to you later.
Love you. Miss you guys.
Love you. Bye.
See ya.
Love you. Bye. Blake Poppe.
The one and only.
Tell you what, getting this third interview done has been a trick this week.
Yeah, gosh, we
We've had a lot of people.
We had a congressman that bailed on us because of a vote. We had a guy got sick, COVID sickness.
And then another guy had to get his, he was going to be in studio.
Yep.
He had to go get his, blew out a tire and had a whole shit show around him. So this third interview has been kind of tricky. So we appreciate Blake
stepping in. Not like we don't think of him at the end, but we did. He was just a fill-in. But
but you got to have those shows.
Yes,
you got to have, just like you've said, you got to have that one spot that you can go to no matter what, no matter the weather, no matter what the birds are doing, and kill birds. Blake is that for the podcast. He is our, I can't get that thing unplugged. I'll worry about it later. Blake is that for us.
Yes, he is. Standby guy.
He's a standby. He's a standby. You got to have him. He
Wow.
does. He's got Tannehill, Derrick Henry, who I think if you redraft, Derrick Henry is the top. He's number one. Javonte Williams, Stephon Diggs, Chris Godwin, Hawkinson, Cortland Sutton.
He's like everybody else. Everybody else has the same receivers.
I think that's all that there is this year.
They're all. There's not a. Who is the go-to receiver? Cooper Kupp?
Adams. Cooper Kupp's the number one receiver.
Okay, and Devontae Adams, is he second?
No, Mike Williams is.
Okay, and then it's them?
Maybe.
And then everybody else is all together.
Right.
I mean, it's crazy, but that is the wide receivers this year are either the stud or I'm going to try to see best available stats. I don't want best available. I want just all players.
You're going to have to switch it because it'll only do free agents right now.
No, I just switched it over.
It did?
Yeah. But like this week, you got Devontae Adams, Cooper Kupp are the top two. And Tyreek Hill, Stephon Diggs, he hadn't done a lot. Keenan Allen ain't done a lot. You got Mike Williams. DJ Moore's been very solid.
I don't know what I just did.
I'm trying to get it to show the ones. Oh, here we go. Cooper Kupp, Tyler Lockett, Mike Williams, Devontae Adams, Brandon Cooks, and Deebo Samuel are in the top 10. Jamar Chase.
Jamar
Chase is the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th wide receiver right now this year for the year. He's ahead of Chris Godwin, Adam Thielen, Keenan Allen, Tyreek Hill, Justin Jefferson, all them.
Crazy.
It is.
Crazy time.
All right, let's go. I got a ton of shit I got to get done.
I've got a ton of shit I got to get to.
I got to send out a bunch of shirts. Phone's ringing.
Phone's ringing. That's it right there. Go check out all of our great, great sponsors. And thank you for listening. Check out Shin Gear Waders, Pacific Calls, Dive Bomb Industries, Spa Shot Shells, Dirty Duck Coffee, Lucky Duck, Looking Glass Duck Club Podcast, Gundog Outdoors, Goose Creek Retrievers, Bangtail Whiskey, Eyesight Drone Service, and Stanfield Hunting Outfitters.